world. I hope and pray that those news will be auspicious for our countries. On the other hand, in the field of fisheries, we have undersigned an important agreement with Somalia, and hopefully our cooperation with Somalia will gain an additional dimension. Thanks to this agreement, we will contribute to the development of the technical capacity of Somalia, and we will be fighting against the illegal fishing in the Somalian waters. At the same time, we will be realizing a very important cooperation in the field of space aviation. Thanks to the agreement that we have undersigned, we are hoping and planning to establish a spaceport in Somalia. This project will be comprised of 3 phases, and as the first phase is completed, the Turkish Space Agency will initiate the necessary construction activities in the region. And thanks to this project, an important infrastructure in the field of space aviation technologies and the launching technologies will be constructed in Somalia. Starting with Turkish Cooperation and Coordination Agency, Turkish Red Crescent, and other Turkish non-governmental organizations, we will continue to support Somalia. Distinguished members of the press, under any conditions, the territorial integrity and the unity of Somalia should be protected. This is a priority for every one of us. The recognition by Israel of the Somalia Rendi is illegitimate and it cannot be accepted. The Netanyahu government, who shed the blood of 70,000 of our Palestinian brothers and sisters, continued its attacks to many countries in the region like Syria, Yemen, and also Qatar and Libya. And Israel right now tries to drag the African Horn into chaos and instability. The countries of the region, like Egypt, Yemen, the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, indeed rejected the decision adopted by Israel. The USA President, Mr. Trump, indeed gave his first statement about this matter, which has been quite meaningful. And as Mr. Trump assumed office, he advocated the global peace vision, which we had advocated as well. All those statements underlining the importance of the territorial integrity and the unity of Somalia is really important, because after all, we are after a principled foreign policy stance. So any step which would not contribute to the resolution would deepen the problem and aggravate the problem even further. So all those decisions adopted about the future of the Somaliland should reflect the will of the people of Somalia. During this process, of course, we will continue to support the territorial integrity and the unity of Somalia in a committed fashion, and we will stand by the people of Somalia. And hopefully our brothers and sisters in Somalia will act in the spirit of national consensus and national solidarity. So with those thoughts in my mind, I hope and pray that our meetings would be auspicious, and without further ado, I would like to yield the floor to my dear brother, Mr. Sheikh Mahmoud.
Good afternoon today in Istanbul.
İyi akşamlar, tünaydın.
The strong relationship and enduring partnership between Somalia and Turkey, it was an opportunity again to share the information in different parts of the world. We held comprehensive discussion aimed at furthering strengthening cooperation between our two brotherly nations in all areas of mutual respect and benefit. I express my gratitude to His Excellency President Erdogan and the people of the Republic of Turkey for their support, standing with Somalia at the most difficult times as did in the past. And my sincere appreciation to President Erdogan for his personal leadership and continued commitment, and to the people of Turkey for their solidarity with Somalia whenever there is a serious challenge on the sovereignty and the unity of Somalia. Turkey has played a major role in supporting Somalis in general to agree among them and establish their own strong government in place. Turkey was principled and has been almost 10 years ago when Turkey has started mediating Somaliland, and since then has been trying to put all the possible efforts to make sure that this issue of Somaliland has been settled in a peaceful and brotherly manner. A lot has been done in all these efforts, which was in many areas was successful, and still President Erdogan today declared me that Turkey is still standing and ready to support Somalia. Turkey's principled support played a vital role in Somalia's progress towards peace, stability, and institutional recovery. We also extend our thanks to our partner countries, as well as regional and international institutions, for taking a firm stand against the violation committed by the State of Israel on 26 December this year. In our discussion today, we strongly rejected Prime Minister Netanyahu's illegal aggression in recognizing part of Somalia's northern regions as an independent state. This aggression and the blatant meddling constitute a clear violation of the international law, the Charter of the United Nations, the Constitutive Act of the African Union, and all established diplomatic norms. It sets a dangerous precedent and runs directly contrary to the principle of sovereignty, territorial integrity, and non-interference that underpin in all international systems. Such actions are creating conditions that embolden violent extremist groups who thrive on narratives of external interference, which now Israel has blatantly taken place. The result is cascading insecurity for Somalia and the wider region of the Horn of Africa, already strained by armed violent extremism, humanitarian pressures, and political fragility, a region where in recent decades stability was a very expensive commodity. Such actions actively undermine stability by inflaming internal tensions within the Somali community, as well as divisions by creating conditions that embolden violent extremist groups that thrive on the narrative of external interferences. At the same time, while firmly safeguarding our sovereignty, we remain firmly committed to our national development agenda. Somalia is taking bold steps in collaboration with Turkey for a major development agenda. In the last couple of years, Turkey and Somalia together has been doing a good job in different areas. Security is one that has been started, besides the humanitarian support that has been provided to the people of Somalia during the difficult times. Just days ago, the Somali people successfully conducted a direct municipal elections in the capital city of Mogadishu. This is a long-awaited achievement. The last time Somalia was democratically elected its representatives was 1969, 57 years ago. The readiness of our people has been demonstrated for what has happened in Mogadishu on 25 December this year, whereby 1 million people vote, and there was no one single incident that took place in that elections. The historic achievement demonstrates the resilience of the Somali people, the growing capacity of our institutions, and a nation steadily advancing on a clear path towards democratic governance, stability, and progress. Building on our shared principles and strategic partners, we'll also discuss it with our brothers here in Turkey, the cooperation that can support Somalia recover its tangible benefits in terms of natural resources that has not been also benefited in the past. In this context, we jointly announced today that significant progress has been achieved in the exploration of Somalia's offshore oil and gas resources. This was a long-awaited investment and exploration, which we are very much grateful for Turkey to become the pioneer of that field. Technically and scientific assessments conducted to date have confirmed positive results, marking an important milestone in Somalia's economic recovery and a long-term development and prosperity. This is a long-term investment, a long time-consuming effort in exploration, but so far the prospects are very positive and very encouraging. Based on these findings, preparations are now underway to proceed to the next phase of drilling operations. This is another huge undertaking and a task, but it will start soon, and we are hoping good results within 2026, inshallah. Offshore drilling activities will commence, and exploration and drilling vessels will make their way toward the Somalia's maritime areas along the country's coastline. This is not an easy task. This investment and this effort and steps shows and convinces that how far Turkey is believing Somalia and how far Turkey is committed to support and stand with the Somali people. We are very much grateful for that. This oil and gas discovery represents a strategic opportunity to contribute to Somalia's national recovery and to the meaningful uplift the lives of the Somali people that has been suffering for a long time. The responsible development of these resources will support in all areas and aspects of life of the people, with job creation, public investment, and sustainable economic growth will be visible soon in Somalia, inshallah. Somalia's natural resources belongs to the Somali people, and their management will remain guided by accountability, equity, and intergenerational responsibility, in which the foundations we are now putting in place. We reaffirm our shared commitment to ensuring that Somalia-Turkey cooperation strengthens peace and stability, advances Somalia's economic transformation, and delivers tangible benefits to the way of life and to the livelihoods of our citizens and the future generations of the Somali nation. So thank you, Mr. President, and the people of Turkey. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Dhammaan muwaadiniinta Soomaaliyeed meel kastoo ay joogaan waan salaamayaa, waxaan leeyahay walaalayaal sidii aan horay u ballan qaadnay waxaan u howlgalnay.
We've been listening there to a media briefing between the Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan and Somalia's President Hassan Sheikh Mohammed, speaking about the ongoing relationship between Turkey and Somalia, and of course touching on the recent recognition by Israel of Somaliland by Israel, both denounced by the presidents of either country. Let's continue listening to what the Somalian president has to say.
in the territorial integrity and the sovereignty of Somalia, we will make sure that our economic development indeed goes intact. And throughout this process, we have always felt the support of Mr. Erdogan and the Turkish state. At the end of the day, we are trying to build a more prosperous and secure future for our people.
dadka Soomaaliyeed waxaan leeyahay maalmihii wacnaa way soo socdaan wayna soo dhow yihiin insha Allah aad iyo aad u mahadsantihiin assalaamu calaykum waraxmatullaahi wabarakaatuh shukran ma abdul
And that brings us to the end of that media briefing between these long-time allies, Turkey and Somalia. President Erdogan, President Mahmoud, they're speaking about that relationship, which President Erdogan said has been developing over 60 years. A lot of effort being put in from both sides, especially with regards to security and the economic recovery of